All right, fellas, we're going to do another gym tour here. I have a bunch of gyms still stored on my phone, but I want to make this one because Los Angeles is highly traversed, and if you were like me, you just don't know which freaking gym to go to, okay? I went to Gold's Gym Venice, was pretty disappointed. It's just not like, I don't know, my expectations were very high, the mecca of bodybuilding. Okay, I've been to Muscle Beach. I was in Santa Monica and I didn't know which gym to go to. It wasn't like there was many hardcore options. So as I was looking around, I was mind boggled, bamboozled, bewildered. This gym, I've never seen anything like it. It looks like a furniture store, but then I saw pictures where there's some hardcore equipment. So I decided to give it a go. The freaking day pass was $50, which I was not happy about, but I guess somebody has to pay for this literature and this luxurious furniture and coral reef, petrified coral reef. But check this out. Like, are we in a mall? Like, what? This is the strangest gym I've ever been to. It's like a freaking 1970s lounge. I have to pause on this book, furniture book. Why is there a furniture book within a gym? Alas, though, I am happy about the fact that the bathrooms are for John, because you're either a Johnny Horsecock or a Johnny Pencilneck. The nicest freaking bathroom I've ever seen. Sex on the beach, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a gym. Is that supposed to fire people up to get fit so that they can, theoretically have sex on the beach? I don't get what the point of that is. I had to get a picture of that. Tons of machines here. Machines I've never seen before. It's that Gym 80 equipment. But as I got a closer look, I'm like, holy buckets, this is freaking highly engineered, extraordinary equipment. And, I'm not a freaking fanatic for machines, but I had to give some of these a try. This is a freaking, anytime I see the triceps overhead extension, I got to give it a go. But first, this dip had these like angular handles. Check this out. Look at this angle. I don't know how other companies have not thought to make their dip machines at this angle so that it pushes you into the pad as opposed to having to put a freaking seatbelt on. Look at this curl machine. You're going to feel like the T1000, right? The bionic arms. I think this is overkill. I think this is indeed a Johnny Pencilneck machine, but it's just so ridiculous that I had to I had to document this one. But let's get back to the machine I actually do just adore with all my heart and soul, and that's the freaking overhead extension. And I also like the fact that there's a window right here because you get to get a just voluptuous pump in front of the public, expose yourself to the public. They have no choice but to watch you get engorged. They have like another overhead machine, and then there's this room, this floral room, but they had multiple trap bars. They got a trillion kettlebells. They got a lot of bumper plates. This is like a CrossFit room. There's, of course, very nice grandma's antique furniture next to the freaking plyo boxes and slam balls. But look at this. They got the safety squat bar. Now, I feel like every gym has to have a safety squat bar, and this is a good one. It's not that terrible rogue one. Now, I say that, and here are some fantastic rogue collars. I'll tell you something. I'll pay a hefty fee for a gym membership if they actually have good collars. Okay, we're back to this like 1970s bibliotech, discotheque room. Very strange, but look at how freaking hardcore these machines are. This is this Gym 80 company, this German engineering. This stuff is like extremely overbuilt. A lot of times the new machines I feel like are plastic, they're cheap, they're garbage. These machines are very overbuilt, and they actually feel pretty good. I didn't use all these. I'm too enamored by the plants and the textures on the walls and the freaking love seats and the lamps and the coral. The freaking Da Vinci statue. You know what I mean? Like, look at this art. This is just art, right? Never seen anything like it. Like, look at this. Like, what is this gym? Okay, like what is the freaking aesthetic they're going for? Sexy check? Give me a break here. I love a good mirror, you know what I mean? Check out the pump, but I would refuse to look in the sexy check mirror to look at my engorged buys and tries. But this is good. I mean, look at this equipment here. This is a freaking like dumbbell row bench, which you don't find in many gyms. Look at this stuff. You have freaking, is this petrified wood? Like, what is petrified wood? Not to mention the freaking witch doctor's mask hanging here to get you fired up for your sets. Um, a candle to cast some spells, but then they have these like hardcore chains, which these are badass. You know, they have the ones that you just strap on the collars if you're squatting or deadlifting or something. They have a glute ham raise, like that's a sign of a great gym. I couldn't even believe when I saw this. There's a freaking damn 700-pound stack for seated rows, and fellas, I had to try it out. I couldn't even budge 500 pounds on that. So that's like legit weight. I can't even fathom why the stack would have to be that heavy. 700 pounds. And it feels like it too. Because once I was up to 300, 400 pounds, it felt like the equivalent of, freaking dumbbell or barbell rowing that much. And then look, they have high quality bars here. They got actual power bars and with, real power racks. I mean, this is fantastic, right? And then they don't have that weird crunch theme. They're actually true to the colors, the 55-pound reds, the 45-pound blues. I wanted to hate this lat pull-down machine with all my heart and soul and said, this is a piece of crap. Why not just use a cable? But I tried it out. I wanted to hate it. And I'll be honest, I freaking loved it because it was heavy in the stretch position. It was light where you're the weakest. This is the seated row one that I tried. And look at the freaking angle of the weights. Look at how it like shifts up to change the tension. I've never felt a lat pull down nor a freaking chest supported row like this before. So this company, this stuff is ridiculously overbuilt. It looks just absolutely absurd. I'm sure these machines are $10,000 a piece. I didn't use any of the pressing ones, but those rowing ones were just probably the best pulling machines I've ever felt before. I don't even know what the hell I'm zoomed in here. This is clearly... Oh, those are band pegs on the... Okay, so there's band pegs on the dip, the seated dip machine. I can't even believe this. And then check this out. The seat rotates, and you can do unilateral. So you can rotate yourself, go single arm, you can flip it around, go double arm, you can swing it around and change up the leverages. Like, look at this seat, okay? And again, both those handles move free of one another. So you can freaking isolateral dip. Look at this pullover. This is the most intense hardcore pullover I've ever seen before. And then, of course, they got the cookie cutter lateral raise machines that everyone's just obsessed with. But I'm sure it felt amazing because... if the pulling machines are anything like the pressing and the shoulders, I'm sure they're incredible. Another Johnny Horsecock, Johnny Pencil Neck bathroom. Gorgeous shrub. This looks like a freaking fossilized geode, right? Crystallized rock next to this like sort of museum forest exhibit. I'm not quite sure. Again, what the aesthetic this gym is going for. It's a freaking just a mixed bag of, voodoo witch doctor. I mean, look at this. They got the freaking, the dumbbell assisted benches. They have a power rack bench. That's like, they have a freaking DJ, right? A DJ. This guy's feeling it. Some sort of like CrossFit class or something going on. That's what the DJ is there for, I suppose. Gorgeous decorations for this, looks like the core room. But then there's a freaking full wrestling mat in here. And that's like a legit wrestling mat. I walked on it. It feels incredible. You could scrap. You could bring your freaking partner there and tussle. They have an outdoor area to do whatever you want. I'm not going to lie, this lounge actually looks pretty freaking comfy. Like, if I was in school or something, I would go to the gym, get a voluptuous pump, and then, like, do my homework or something there. Look at this freaking hip thrust setup they have. That's hardcore. There's no reason not to go full ham bone, 1 rep max, 1,000-pound hip thrust with that setup. Here's a better view of the outdoor area. I mean, I can imagine you could push a sled, do some dumbbell walking lunges, just suck up some ultraviolet radiation, feel the freaking delicious temperature as your muscles are cooking. Look at this, the bird's eye view, 3 stories. I didn't get a better view, so I zoomed here. These are 3 more power racks up here as well. So, I mean, this gym, as much as I wanted to hate it and make fun of it, and there's plenty to make fun of. There really is. With this freaking museum, forest, bibliotech, library setup. There's a lot to make fun of. But at the end of the day, like, the machines are freaking hardcore. They have deadlift platforms. The dumbbells went up to 130 pounds. I didn't get that on camera, but they went up to 130. They have freaking power rack benches, right? They have everything you need to horsecock some serious weight. So as much as I wanted to make fun of this gym, it was actually pretty badass. So if you ever go to LA or the Santa Monica area or something, like, again, I've been pretty disappointed with Gold's Gym Venice. I go out to LA a lot. I'm always looking for cool gyms to work out in. And I was actually pleasantly surprised, believe it or not, pleasantly surprised in John Reed Fitness. And I would actually recommend it.